Don, maybe you could quickly run over the standings for the fans to show them how important this lacrosse game is for both teams.
Well, right now, Coquitlam Adanacs, first place. Started out at the beginning of the year, Gordon, we thought they would be in the middle of the pack, but they're leading. Their seniors are really coming on and looking after the games. They have 14 points, 7 wins and 2 losses. Victoria Eagles, 13 points with 6 wins and 2 losses and 1 tie. Then comes Burnaby in third place, 5 wins and 4 losses for 10. And New Westminster ahead of Richmond, which is quite a surprise. New Westminster has 4 wins and a tie for 9 points. And Richmond second from last with 8 points, 4 wins and 4 losses. And unfortunately, we have the disappointing South Surrey Stickmen with only 1 win in 11 starts, Gordon.
So if the Richmond Outlaws can win this game tonight, they will move into a tie with the Burnaby Cablevision team and move right back into the thick of the hunt for first place in the league. And as you said, Don, in those standings, probably Burnaby Cablevision sitting where they are, and New Westminster Salmon Bellies under new coach Lyle Robinson have been the surprises of this league, and probably the biggest disappointments of South Fraser Stickmen. We thought, even though they're a second-year club, would show a lot better improvement this season.
The only thing that you have to look at is that Richmond, being the first-place team last year, is second last. There is a great deal of good senior players in both the Adanacs organization and the Burnaby organization, that they were not too far behind Richmond last year. And with the senior players leaving from the Richmond team, it's dropped them a long way. So no matter how much recruiting that the Stickmen have done, it's pretty hard to keep up with what's there from the farm teams.
That's right, Don. So we have all the makings of a great lacrosse game tonight. So stand by. We'll be right back with the opening face-off of this exciting Junior A lacrosse.
Okay.
Yeah, right. My nose was itchy. I couldn't scratch it. I wanted to. Okay. All set to go from the Coquitlam Sports Center here with tonight's lacrosse game, Junior A, with the Coquitlam Adanacs. First place Coquitlam Adanacs against the fourth place Richmond Outlaws. And Don, who do we watch for in these Outlaws?
Well, right now, Gordon, in this game tonight, we have 8 of the top 10 scorers. And from Richmond, we have Walder, Paquin, and Kilbride. A couple of good scores from last year, and Paquin is one that'll shoot from anywhere, and watch for him to score some goals.
And of course the Adanacs, they're a great power play. They have the top in the 6 the league scoring. They lead the league. Kurt Malowski leads the league with 56 points. Kevin Brench is second with 50. Third is Chris Gill with 37. And we've also got Broughton in there. He's 6th with 30 points. And also in there, the rookie Scott Wortley, Don, has 30 points. So we got Malowski starting with Onger. Big Russ Onger, Don, he leads the club in penalty minutes with 37. John Kilbride out there. They got their big gunners out there to start this game. Paquin at center floor. The ball, Chris Gill goes after it. He flips it back to Kurt Malowski. Malowski, the league's leading scorer, Junior A scorer with 56 points. He's having a great season. There's a pass across. Gill didn't get a very good shot. The starting goaltenders are Darcy Josephs, 0-0 for the Outlaws, and of course, big Lance Andre starting for the Adanacs. Here's Kilbride, John Kilbride. Across, there's a shot kicked out by Andre Pryor. Let that shot go, number 85. Outlaws in black, gray uniforms. Adanacs in their home white. There's a check by Forsberg. Pryor checked by Forsberg. He tries to get a breakaway, streaks down the middle. He lost the ball. Tries to get it back again. Malowski comes up with it. Malowski shoots. Stopped by Josephs. And the ball goes loose. I haven't seen this goaltender Joseph before, Don. He's a big, tall guy.
He certainly is. He's not as tall as Steve's, but he moves well. That last shot was a great shot to the upper right-hand corner.
Oliver Marty, number 88 with the ball, comes down to the face-off circle. Passes across here to Miskey. Bill Miskey, number 95, as the Outlaws have the ball. 90, Richards, 91. Dean Richards trying to get a shot, and there goes the buzzer. No, it's going to be a penalty, Don. It's going to be against the
It's
Adanacs.
a holding
Looks like
penalty against Schmidt.
So Les Schmidt, number 27, picks up his first penalty.
And that's unusual. He's only had 8 minutes in penalties so
He's
far
now
this
got
year.
10 minutes for the season. And the Outlaws, Don, I'm sure they had a great power play last year with these high scores on it, and I'm sure you're going to see a great power play here again tonight.
Well, the game I saw in Richmond, Gordon, their power play was a little weak, but it was early in the year, so that was their first game.
Patquin gets that ball on the faceoff back to John Kilbride, the leading scorer on the Outlaws. There's a pass that Mulder missed it. It was wide. Storer gets the ball. Marty tries to check him. The ball goes loose. Storer gets it again. Now throws it away. Picked up by John Kilbride. First power play in the lacrosse game. No score. Patquin has got a great shot. Sets a power play up. Puts it across. Back to Patquin. Patquin into Kilbride. Into Marty. Back to Kilbride. Back to Patquin. They worked that ball around beautifully. There's a pass across. Great stop by Andre off Marty. And he had the top corner, Don.
Boy, that was
Andre pulled off a spectacular save to keep this game scoreless. Now the ball stolen by Mulder. Mulder going in. Walder going in. Nice stop by Andre. And he's had to make 3 great stops. Rob Williams out there. Marty gets that ball. Back passes to Kilbride. He missed as he faked a couple times. Mulder with that ball. Cross to Patquin. Patquin shoots. Nice stop by Big Andre. Andre looks very sharp.
Oh, it looks
Don,
great.
So far in this lacrosse game. 1 minute to go in the penalty to Schmidt of the Adanacs. Kevin Brunch throws that ball down the floor. Malowski goes after it. And Anderson tries to pick it up. Darren Anderson, watched by Malowski, flips it off to Bird, Chris Bird. Back to Anderson as Malowski does some great work out there trying to kill off the rest of his penalty. Now stolen almost by Malowski. Malowski with some great work tries to give it to Gill. Ball bounces loose. Walder finally picks that ball up. Walder with that ball for the Outlaws. He can really handle that stick. Now we got Patquin back there. There's a shot stopped again as Richards got that shot away. Picked up by John Kilbride. Kilbride cross to Richards in front of the net. They score. It's going to be a goal. The net was knocked right off, Don.
That was
and
a good
Oliver
call,
Marty, I believe, is a goal scorer. We'll have to wait till we can see the number, but it looked like Marty, who was on the crease. It was some beautiful passing.
Yeah, it was a great pass, and Lance Andre had already made 4 stops in this penalty. So
yeah, it's Oliver Marty, number 88.
Great shot and a great play by the goaltender. He almost had it.
So the Adanacs trail 1-0 here on a power play goal by Oliver Marty. Richards and John Kilbride picked up the assist. The Outlaws with the ball now. Carrying that ball down here, Suzuki, Mike Suzuki, number 96, cuts to the middle on Andy Wingrove, who's come back after a couple of weeks off with an injury. Bertram goes after that ball, watched by Craig Wingrove, and he's coming back also off injury. Picked up by Bertram. Bertram trying to beat Wortley now, flips it out to Suzuki. Suzuki shoots, just missed the top corner. Ball's loose, here's a shot, just went wide as number 86 took that shot. Gary Townsend, he's up from the junior B team, Clarny Junior Bs, along with him and Rennie. Number 81, Jason Rennie from the Clarny Junior B team. Suzuki has that ball, flips it off to Miskey, Gil Miskey. Now Williams goes after Richards. Dean Richards, 91. Throws it in front of the net. There's a shot, just went wide by Rich Kilbride. Now Williams trying to get it into the clear. Richards checks him. Rich Kilbride goes after it along with Williams.
Yeah, Williams got the ball on an interference.
And Don, who are our officials in tonight's lacrosse game?
Well, 2 officials, Bill Duck, the senior referee, and Dwight Evans.
Now with the ball, Kevin Brunch, the second leading scorer in the league, still has the ball at the face-off circle. Storer tries to set a pick for him, goes to the corner. 1-0, the Outlaws lead. Yeah, next, here's a chance for Broughton. He missed the pass. Going in there is Marty. Marty, who scored the only goal, gets it to Rich Kilbride. Back to Marty. Marty missed the pass, picks it off the fence, comes down the face-off circle, dropped the ball. Now it's picked up by big Kevin Brunch. Starts down the left side of the floor. Adanacs make a change. 15:02 to go in the first period. 1-0 Outlaws. There's a hit. The ball goes loose down the floor. Outlaws trying to pick up the ball. They do. Pryor going right in. Fake shoot, scores! Nice goal by Dean Pryor, Don, and the Outlaws look like they mean business here.
Yeah, they're coming in very hard. It's unfortunate we can't see it on the replay, but I thought the Outlaws had too many men on the floor. Great shot, great intent on the goal.
So
earlier on, Kevin Brunch was hit from behind by an Outlaw coming off the bench, and
so Marty and Pryor have scored goals for the Outlaws. John Kilbride, Outlaws lead 2-0. Ball missed by Paquin, picked up by Walder across to Kilbride. Kilbride fakes a shot, cuts in on Onger, who hangs right on him. There's a pass in the crease, and Pryor was in the crease. The Adanacs will take over. Onger's got that ball to Gill. Chris Gill passes into Bethel, who's at the face-off circle. He switches hands, goes in behind, throws the ball out. Gill can't come up with it. Two Outlaws after the ball. There's a hit. The ball goes down the floor as number 92, Walder, hit Gill. Onger down to Malowski. Malowski, here's Gill wide open, but the 30-second gone, and Don, that ball was in the net, but it was too late.
Well, it's a good sign. The Adanacs have had a 9-day layoff, so they'll be a little rusty to get started in this game, but it won't be too long.
Walder out to Oliver Marty, who scored the first goal of the Lacrosse game. Switches hands. His pass, Mitski. There's a shot by Richards. There's a shot by Rich Kilbride. Onger tries to pick it off. There's the shot by Richards. Went wide. Anderson after the ball. Hit by Bethel. Now Bethel comes up with that ball. Flips it off to Malowski, who drops the ball.
There's a penalty coming up for Richmond right now, Gordon.
And Anderson's going to take that penalty. Cross to Andy Wingrove. Wingrove starts down the floor as the Adanacs goaltender's gone to the bench. There's Edgerton off to Brunch. Brunch, Adanacs got 12 seconds on the shot clock. They got 6 players out there. There's Chardulo making his first appearance. There's a shot by Schmidt. And we'll get the penalty call now, Don. It's going to be to Anderson.
Should be high sticking. No, he's got calling an interference, but it could have been either high sticking or interference.
Yeah, so the Adanacs, Don, it's a great power play. They were shut out last week by the South Fraser Stickmen. They only allowed them 3 power plays. They failed to score, but they've got a great power play.
And
we'll see it go into action right now. Ball's picked up by Brunch. The Outlaws have 1 power play goal already, and Brunch having trouble with some great checking there by Pryor. Here's Wortley to Brunch, back to Brunch, getting set, shoots, just missed the net. Brunch again, getting the ball, shoots again, missed the net. Now Malowski stumbles, falls, the ball goes to Rich Kilbride. Kilbride throws the ball out here to Walder. He's got a breakaway going right in. Walder fakes, shoots, scores! Walder coming out of the box, and Don, is there too many men on the floor there?
Well, Gordon, Bill Duck is not looking over there, and nor is he bothering, but to my way of thinking, Gordon, yes, there was too many men on the floor. The box is there. The player hadn't entered it. Great shot, though, and a great
Walder
breakaway.
Fires that goal, and that's
wonderful replay.
Why he's up there in the scoring, and that's a short-handed goal. So the Outlaws have got a power play goal, a short-handed goal, and even strength goal. And they're really taking it to the Adanacs early in this Lacrosse game, Don. Broughton now back to Brunch. The Adanacs got to cash in here in this power play. Brunch again, back to Wortley, back to Brunch. Brunch to Malowski, scores! Great shot by Malowski, and it's Malowski from Brunch, and I believe Wortley, and it's 3-1, Don.
Well, the Adanacs had to get a goal there, Gordon. They're down 3.
Kurt Malowski, that's his 20th goal of the season.
Watch this on this replay. Good pass.
That was a great shot.
Beautiful bounce shot.
Brunch will pick up an assist for sure here. Gives him 51 points for the season. So it was Malowski for Brunch. Yeah, Wortley, Don, picked up the second assist. So there's a first power play goal for the Adanacs. And it's 3-1. Richards with that ball now for the Outlaws, watched by Chardulo. There's a pass, failed to hit the man cutting in front. Anderson now took that penalty, cost his team a goal. Ball's in front, Kilbride, stopped by Andre. 11:49 to go in this first period. Here's almost a steal by Marty. Jimmy Nishiyama, Don playing his first game, is out there, number 12. There's a pass that Edgerton couldn't pick up. Now with that ball is number 97, Rich Johnson. The Outlaws make a change. Walder's out there. He scored the last goal. Walder flips that ball off to Paquin, or to Suzuki. Or Paquin, pardon me. I got it. Number 93, Leo Paquin. He couldn't get a shot away. The Adanacs come up with that ball. Rob Williams, who slips that floor, Don, looks really slippery out there. Several players have fallen. Now Brunch comes down the right side with the ball. Adanacs trailing 3-1 here with 11 minutes to go in the first period. Here's a chance for Broughton. Passes out to Chardulo. He's going to let that blast go. And just went wide. And they're going to run out of time here in the shot clock, Don. He throws the ball down the floor. Outlaws make a change, and Don, your guess between the first and second period will be Andy Wingrove from the Coquitlam Adanacs, just coming back off an injury.
Yeah, maybe we talk a little bit about he had a broken nose that had to be repaired, and I imagine it was very uncomfortable for a little while.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. There's a great chance by Paquin, a great pass from John Kilbride, and Andre had to make a good stop. Here's Walder getting set. He shoots. Nice stop by Andre. Outlaws are definitely full value, Don, for the 3-1 lead.
They certainly
here.
are, but Andre is keeping them in there, even though they've allowed 3 goals.
There's Paquin, missed that pass. Now we're going to get a penalty to, I believe it's Paquin, Don. So the... so the Adanacs go in their second power play. They're 1 for 1. And if they can score, they'll put them right back in the game.
Right now, the shots on goal, or stops by Lance Andre, is 9 stops against Richmond's 3. And so the 3-1 lead is
Well, at the end of tonight's lacrosse game, fans, be sure to stand by and meet the Coquitlam Adanac game star, who will get a beautiful hat from Willis Sporting Goods up in Clark in Coquitlam. He has all your lacrosse and hockey needs. Drop in and see Willis Sporting Goods. Pryor with that ball now as the Outlaws try to kill off this penalty. They've already scored 1 short-handed goal. They battle for the loose ball. Broughton with some good work comes up with it. Hit by Richards. Now Malowski, who scored the only goal for the Adanacs on the power play. And he leads the league in scoring. 57th point. 20th goal. Here's Wortley's shot. Oh, that went off the goaltender, off the post. Stayed out. Brunch now. Back to Malowski. Malowski back to Brunch. Brunch. They're giving Brunch lots of room. There's a shot. Nice stop. Broughton tried to flip it over his head. It's called interference. Don Brunch has got to take advantage of that room they're giving him.
This goaltender's a little taller, though, and he may have a little trouble.
There's a chance for Gill. Missed the top corner. Wortley with a rebound. Out to Brunch. Brunch moves in wide. Fakes. Shoots. Nice stop by Big Joseph. He stopped that shot. Gill out to Brunch again. Brunch back to Wortley. Back to Brunch. They snap that ball around. Here's Broughton now out in the shooter spot into Gill. Scores! Great goal. Gill from Chris. Broughton and Brunch. And it's 3-2. And that's
2 for
the
2 on the power plays.
Yeah. So Chris Gill with his 21st goal of the season. Again for Brunch with his 2nd point tonight.
And you can see why Brunch is the captain of this team.
Yeah.
Standing out there, leading the power play and making it look good.
So the Adanacs are right back in this game with 2 power play goals. It's 3-2. Outlaws lead. They have a power play goal and a man short play.
That was a great chance there by Chris as well.
Broughton also picked up an assist, so he has 31 points now. 15 goals, 16 assists for the season. Here's John Kilbride cutting into the middle for the Outlaws. Getting set. Kilbride doing some great faking. And finally, the entire Adanac team, Don, looked like they were checking him. Now the Adanacs, Bethel coming back. Back to Forsberg. Oh. Great stop by Joseph. A beautiful play by Bethel and Forsberg there. He almost teamed up for a great goal. Now Malowski is roughed up. Comes out to the middle with the ball. Watch. There's a pick by Bethel. Still Malowski. Malowski into Forsberg. Back to Malowski. Malowski, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Fires. Stopped easily by Joseph. Malowski hustles after the rebound. And the ball comes down. Here's a breakaway for Walder almost had a breakaway. Andre goes after him. Walder fires the ball out in front. Oh, knocked down by Chris Gill. Good defensive play by Chris Gill. as the Outlaws had an open net if Richards had caught that pass from Walder. Now Andy Wingrove with that ball. Andy Wingrove starts up now down the right side, watched by Marty. Edgington is flattened by Rich Kilbride. Now,
and a penalty coming up for Slash.
So the Outlaws, Don, I guess they don't know or haven't heard, and it goes
number 91.
Richards picking up that penalty, Dean Richards. And
well, the Adanacs got a pretty potent power play, Gordon, but the Richmond is playing a very aggressive game. This first period has been, this is probably the most aggressive first period I've seen this year.
Excellent lacrosse, Don. Good play by both teams. As you say, both teams are playing it for keeps. It's a very key game for both teams. Malowski taking that face-off. The Adanacs go on their third power play. They're 2 for 2. They trail 3-2. They could tie the game here. Malowski from Brunch. Malowski holds the ball out to Big Kevin Brunch. Over to Wortley. Wortley back to Brunch. Brunch moves in, fires. Nice stop by Joseph. He went down, stopped the bounce shot. Broughton tries to pick up the ball. Now Suzuki. There's a pass. Nice pass in here. Trying to get set. The ball bounces
good
loose.
check.
Picked up by Wortley.
Richmond's noted for their
goaltender is Bishop. Don, I've been calling him Joseph's all period. It's actually Bishop. Like I said, I haven't seen this big guy. He's played good so far. Now here's Malowski to Brunch. There's a shot. Bishop stops that. Another great stop by Bishop. No goal. It's called for the crease as Gill tried to put the rebound in. If they just get a little rough in front of the net, Don.
Well, Richmond's got an aggressive short man situation, and they're attacking as well when they're short.
Oh, there's a pass that was thrown away by goaltender Bishop, Darcy Bishop. There's a long pass down the floor that Mischke goes after. Broughton takes the ball, tries to slow things down. Mischke doing a good job, takes the ball off him. Now Broughton picks it up. Ball's flipped out to Malowski, and the Adanacs go back on this power play. They trail 3-2 with 6:23 to go in the first period. Richmond Outlaws were 4-4 in the season against the Adanacs. We're 7-2. Here's Brunch to Malowski, back to Brunch, back to Wortley. Wortley shoots, missed the net. Ball comes out to center floor, picked up by Brunch to Malowski, and the shot clock runs out. And the Outlaws will take over. There's a long pass that comes to center floor. Oliver Marty with that ball. Backhands it to Walder. He almost caught it, but the Adanacs don't have time for quick power play if they get it down the floor. There's only 11 seconds, 10 seconds on the power play. Malowski flips it off to Brunch. Now Brunch comes straight down the middle. There's a penalty coming up to the Outlaws. Oh, Chris Gill is in the Outlaw box, Don. How did that happen?
I think Chris Gill was taken into the Outlaw box by the...
We haven't seen that one before. Chris Gill was
it's interesting to know why.
On the Outlaw. I don't know if the camera crew got a shot at that or not, but he came out of the Richmond box.
It's interesting to know why the whistle blew at that particular time when the Adanacs had full possession of the ball as well, unless he's getting more than one penalty.
It's Walder going into the penalty box. So the Adanacs are going to have a short two-man power play, 1 second in that first penalty. So they'll 2 for 3 now on their power play. So there's going to be a face-off, but Don, they go right back on the power play.
Yeah.
So that was, Don, I've never seen that before, a player actually come out of the opposition's box.
Well, but like you say, the strange thing was Adanacs had full possession of the ball, and there didn't seem to be any reason why that whistle blew.
There's Malowski breaking down the middle, shoots, missed the goal, comes back to Brunch. Don, that floor really does seem slippery.
Yeah, it
Brunch
seems strange.
slid out there on it also. Now he comes down the middle again, slows things down, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brunch, okay, set, shoots. Boy, he missed that net. His shots aren't on the corners, Don. The Adanacs are going to have to turn over this ball.
They called that a stop by the referee.
They did. Well, Don, I didn't look like it was even close.
Well, whoever's working the 30-second clock is not doing it right, because as soon as the referee put his hand up...
There's a chance. Oh, Edgington is on the power play in place of
young Wortley.
Couldn't come up with it. Now he does to Gill. Chris Gill back to, steal. Beautiful steal by the Outlaws. Coming down here with that ball is Marty. Oliver Marty cuts to the left side, still got it. Flips the ball high in the air. Rich Kilbride. Paquin now has that ball. There's a pass, goes wide. Richards. Now Malowski comes up with that ball. Adanacs on the power play. 4:22 to go in the first period. Richmond Outlaws 3. Coquitlam Adanacs 2. Junior A Lacrosse from the Coquitlam Sports Center. Here's Brunch on the power play. Back to Wortley. Back to Brunch. Brunch over to Malowski. Gets set. Shoots. Nice stop by Big Joe Bishops. Now the ball goes loose. Here comes Malowski out of the corner. Shoot, scores!
Yes,
great goal by Kurt
goal.
Malowski. And the Adanacs are now
we had a little headbutting going on there,
3
Gordon.
for 4 on the power play, Don. And Malowski, that's his second goal of the game. He's now got 21 for the season.
They may call that unassisted, but
I think so.
There it is. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, he snuck it right in the top corner behind Darcy Bishop.
After that play, Dean Richards and Broughton just banged heads. I don't know why, but they just up and cracked heads against each other.
Well, that's 58 points now for the league's leading scorer, Kurt Malowski. Well, Broughton picked up one assist, Don. I didn't get the other one.
Brunch got the other, Gordon. That's 3 for 3 on Kevin Brunch.
Now the Outlaws carry that ball in behind. Coming out of the corner, there's a pass out here. There's a shot by Dodds. Scores! Dodds! And Don, I think
it looked like
first or second shift of the lacrosse game, and the Outlaws lead 4-3.
I think Lance Andre slipped on that one because he seemed to play that. He seemed to be there, and if we can see in the replay, he just reached out and it just missed.
Yeah. So that's 3 assists to bring his total to 30 for Kevin Brunch, Don. Mike Suzuki picked up the assist. Here's Paquin now for the Outlaws. Passes that ball across to Walder. Walder hit by Storr. Great period of lacrosse, Don.
Oh, yeah. Penalty coming up here now. I think it's against Williams for slashing. I may be wrong.
Yeah, they've got their goalie out now. Walder with that ball. Great stick handler. There's a pass across to Pryor, and we get a whistle now.
Well, it's cross-checking.
And Don, believe it or not, this big Williams kid has only got 4 minutes in penalties this season.
Well, I'm quite surprised with Gordon when I looked at the list because he's an aggressive young player, and his size is being shown out there.
So with a 4-3 lacrosse game, the Outlaws go into power play. They are 1 for 1 on the power play. They've also scored a short-handed goal. Richards into Walder, back to Paquin. Paquin to Richards. Richards back to Paquin. Paquin back pass to John Kilbride. Nice stop by Andre. John Kilbride, the captain, was brother Rich Kilbride. 2 brothers play in this team. Adanacs get the ball as the ball went out of bounds. Andre throws the ball right to Kilbride. He shoots. Oh, he hit the goal post. Wide open net. Comes in again. John Kilbride back passes. And the ball went wide. The net falls over, Don. What action here in the first period.
Tremendous action.
Oh, John Kilbride had a wide open net, Don, and hit the post.
That's 2 that Lance's Landre's thrown away too, Gordon, and that's unusual for him because he's got a pretty good stick.
So 132 in the penalty to the Adanacs. Williams, as the Outlaws are on the power play. The Adanacs are going to get the ball. Paulo Sherdulo back to his own corner by Marty. Marty knocked the pass down, picks it up, over to Walder. Walder shoots, scores! This Walder can do magic with that stick, Don.
He certainly
can.
That's
his second goal, and they're 2 for 2.
And that was too bad because Paulo had control of it. He thought he would just throw a nice, easy, lazy pass down the floor, and it got away on him.
Well, I know, Don, that coaches Delmonico and Gill are not going to be happy with the Adanacs' performance in this first period because they have not been sharp, but you got to give the Outlaws credit.
Oh,
They've been very aggressive, causing turnovers, and taking advantage of the scoring opportunities.
The assistant number 88, Oliver Marty.
Marty picked up the assist.
That's Oliver for Marty on the power play at 17:23.
On that face-off now, Bird and Onger jostling, both of them inside. Now referee Duck comes in and tells tells those guys to settle down or you're going to go to the penalty box. 2:37 to go in this first period. A reminder, my colorman Don Scott, his guest in between the first and second period will be Andy Wingrove from the Adanacs. Leo Patquin with that ball, high-scoring player, and does a nice fake with that stick. Starts down the right side of the floor. Don the Patquins and the Kilbrides all played their minor lacrosse in Calgary. Patquin, nice pass to Kilbride, scores!
Oh,
great goal. John Kilbride, the captain from Patquin, and Don, it's 6-3.
Yeah, it's getting a bit of a runaways, which is unusual for the Adanacs to be this far behind.
I am pretty sure, Don, that the Coquitlam coaching staff will be giving their team a wake-up call between the first and second period.
I'm sure there'll be some comments in the dressing room.
They won't be happy with their performance. Here's Edgerton trying to get in. He can't do it. And the Outlaws, who have played a great period. Rennie, a rookie from Killarney Junior Bs, has that ball. 81, Jason Rennie, little guy. Now the Outlaws take their time, come down the floor. Richards rolls that ball across to Marty, who's had a very strong period for the Outlaws, along with their regular high scorers. Marty tries to beat Schmidt at the face-off circle. There's a pass across. That ball bounces loose. It's picked up by number 95 and Mishke, and the whistle goes. 30-second clock. Adanacs come up with it. Edgington flips it off to Paulo Chardullo. 1:30 to go in this first period. Here's Kevin Brunch. Comes down the middle, fakes. Still Brunch. There's a pass that's picked up by Story. Shoots. Nice stop by Bishop. Ball bounces loose. Bishop comes up with it. The Outlaws take possession. They've controlled this first period and hold a big 6-3 lead. The Adanacs had come back to tie it, but they've scored 3 straight goals to take the lead again. Here's Walder, who has 2 goals for the Outlaws. Passing to John Kilbride. Andre picks up that ball. Ball's thrown down the floor, and Chardullo comes up with it. Less than a minute to go, 50 seconds. Chris Gill across to Williams. Williams trying to barge down the middle. Williams shoots way wide. Picked off by Pryor. Dean Pryor throws that ball down. Out here, comes out to the center floor. Marty got John Kilbride with him. Hit by Williams. Still Marty. Passes across to Miskey. Bill Miskey drops the ball, hit by Bethel. Miskey comes off the boards, feeds on the crease. There's a shot, just went wide as Rich Johnson almost put it in. Bethel again has that ball. 6 seconds to go. Broughton comes down the left side with the ball, shoots way high and wide, and that's the end of the first period. So the score after 1 period of play, the Richmond Outlaws 6, the Coquitlam Adanacs 3. Stand by, we'll be right back with an interview with the Adanacs' Andy Wingrove.
Jim, line 3, pizza 222.
So Andy, now the lacrosse season is on. Are you working? Are you going to school, or what's you doing with your career right now?
I'm working full time with the highways and transportation. 9 to 5 job, and I like it. Keeps you in shape. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, and one of the things that I often ask the boys when they come up here, you're in your first year junior, but is your ultimate goal to get into the seniors? Would you stay in lacrosse that long?
Yeah, I think so. I like watching the senior games. It's a real good brand of lacrosse, and to play with that caliber would be, an honor. They're really good.
Yeah, they really are almost the best in the world here in the West Coast.
For sure. I've never seen better lacrosse anywhere.
Well, Andy, thank you for coming out as my guest this period, and good luck in the rest of the game, and carry on with your career. Thank you very much.
brake on this chainsaw meets the safety requirements of a national standard. Fortunately, most of the things we use are made to standards. For information on standards, contact the Standards Council of Canada, 350 Sparks, Ottawa.
Set to go here in the second period from the Coquitlam Sports Center. The Coquitlam Adanacs trail. Don, that's an unusual, word to use. Trail the Richmond Outlaws 6-3. And you know, Don, it could be these Outlaws with some of their veteran stars back in the lineup are starting to come into shape. They hammered South Fraser Stickman 22-14 their last outing. So they might be serving notice to the league that they're ready to roll.
Well, we said at the beginning, Gordon, that we didn't believe that they belonged in the bottom of the pack, and here they are playing like a #1 team like they were last year.
Well, they have got some great goal scorers in their lineup, and the coach for the Richmond club, Roger Ross, he stresses attacking the other team, even when they have the ball.
Well, one shorthanded goal proves it that it's successful, and the Adanacs right now haven't got on track because they haven't seemed to have ball possession at all.
No, they need to get a couple goals to get some spark going, Don. You see 2-minute penalties up there now. What could they be for? Delay a game possibly?
I would think so. That both teams
took a long time to come out here.
Just the way the benches are, the visitors' bench is on the other side of the Coquitlam bench, and I assume that what's happened is that Richmond were sitting there waiting because they figured they had the upper hand, and they'd wait till the Adanacs came out first, and neither team would move.
Coach Sohan Gill is not happy. He just waved his hand in disgust. On the face-off, the Outlaws, 2 Adanacs, they look like they're coming out here to get the ball, but it's Walder that comes up with the ball. Number 92, Jason Walder, he can really handle the ball. The ball goes loose in the corner, though.
Ooh.
Wingrove goes down. Craig Wingrove, Andy Wingrove, his cousin, picks that ball up, starts out. He's hit by Walder. Wingrove hangs on the ball beautifully. There's the man open. Schmidt couldn't catch the pass. Juggles it. Pryor goes after it. Ball goes loose. Bishop comes up with it. Paquin comes up with it. Now Leo Paquin, he slows things down. He sets up the power play for the Outlaws. He's got a great shot. Craig Wingrove watches him now. Schmidt switches off. Here's a shot right in front by John Kilbride. Great stop by Andre. Here's Wingrove, Andy Wingrove trying to get loose. A beautiful check again by Walder, and Don early in the game. There's a beautiful pass to John Kilbride going right in. He shoots, and Andre stopped it. I'd say this Jason Walder's been the best player on the floor so far.
He certainly has, and right now as a goaltender, Lance Andre's playing excellent.
Williams, he just missed Storr. Storr comes out by the face-off circle. Missed Williams again with a pass. Picked up by Walder. Seems to be all over the place. Scored a short-handed goal. Scored a power play goal. There's a pass to Richards. Richards rolls, gets set, shoots. Andre stops it. Now it's picked up by Miskey, Bill Miskey. He's a big guy. Cuts in. Now he passes in behind to Marty, Oliver Marty. Comes out of the corner, out in front. Nice stop by Lance Andre. Williams passes the ball off to Chardulo. Chardulo starts down the floor. Moves in, fakes a shot, cuts to the middle, shoots. Scores!
Oh, excellent goal, Paulo
Chardulo, and that could be the spark that this club needs, Don.
My gosh, that was a good one.
That's his 8th goal of the season. And it makes the score 6-4 for the Outlaws over the Adanacs. And that's the kind of plays the Adanacs need to get back in this lacrosse game. Seemed to fool the goaltender, Darcy Bishop.
Yeah,
Bishop moved, and he just sort of floated a shot by him.
Just a great shot.
Adanacs goal. Scored by number 16, Paul Gerger. This is each goal of the year. The assistant number 22, Rob Williams. Number 30, goaltender, Lance Andre.
Andre picks up his 7th assist, Don, of the season. The Adanacs back on the attack as they try to get back in this lacrosse game. Kurt Malowski passes out to Gill. Chris Gill into Bethel. Greg Bethel. Big guy at the face-off circle. Cuts in, shoots. Stopped by Bishop. There's Gill trying to stuff it in. Oh, it hit the post, I believe. When it deflected in behind. Bounces loose. Picked up by Bishop. He throws that ball out here Forsberg is picked up by good play by Bethel to Gill. Gill got Malowski on the crease, passes Malowski, back to Bethel, coming in, shoots, scores!
Oh, beautiful goal.
Big Bethel from Malowski
Great
and
goal.
Gill, and it makes it 6-5.
And Gill got crashed on that one, Gordon, but he hung in there for that pass. That was an excellent passing play between Gill and
Bethel. That's only his third goal of the season. You see it on the replay here. A beautiful play by Malowski to
and you
feed him.
saw Gill go down with his high stick across the neck.
And that's a 28th assist for Kurt Malowski, as he's got, I believe, 3 points now, Don. And also, Chris Gill picks up his 18th point. Great goal by the Adanacs. They seem to be on fire. I'm sure that coaching staff. Here's Nishiyama playing his first game of the season and coming back off an injury. And he's got that ball. Jimmy Nishiyama at that face-off circle. Now he cuts into the middle, shoots. Oh, kicked out by Bishop. Darcy Bishop kicked that out with his right leg. And we'll have a face-off. Don, the Adanacs have come on like wildfire in the first 3 minutes of the second period.
Yeah, and Jimmy looks a little better on this shift, Gordon. He's a little looser than he was in the first shift, not quite as tight.
On that face-off now, Schmidt taking it against Bird. Picked up by Craig Wingrove. Wingrove on the boards, flips it off to Schmidt. Schmidt rolls, tries to get in front, checked. Edgerton picks up the ball. It's called crease. There's Schmidt. And having a little disagreement there with Townsend, Gary Townsend, the junior B call-up. Now the Outlaws come out of the corner. There's a pass in front, knocked down by the Adanacs. Ball goes loose. Schmidt can't pick it up. Kilbride picks it up across the other side to Pryor. Shoots. Great stop by Lance Andre. And there goes a goal again, Don. Big Lance Andre has been very solid in goal, even though his club trails 6-5. As you said, Don, he's keeping him in the game.
Well, that's 5 stops already this period. Now a couple of them were from point-blank range.
Andy Wingrove now for the Adanacs with that ball. As the Outlaws check up the floor, they like to do that. Storr missed that pass, was right to him. Now Walder, Jason Walder, takes his time. He's at center floor, throws to John Kilbride. John Kilbride comes to that face-off circle, fakes, comes in on Wingrove, passes off to Walder. There's a great stop by Andre. Here's a pass to Broughton, trying to get in the clear. Broughton hustling, got the ball going in. There's a backhander.
Oh, nice try.
Wide as Bishop came out of his goal. And Broughton had room there, Don, but his backhand shot missed the goal. Now John Kilbride flips it off to Walder. Walder at center floor as the Outlaws slow things down. They lead 6-5. They led 6-3 after one period, but the Adanacs have come storming out of here in the second period to score 2 goals. Anderson now. Darren Anderson checked beautifully by Rob Williams. There's a pass to Chardullo in the clear, walking in, but Mischke come out of nowhere to check him. There's a shot way wide, one-handed shot by Chardullo. And Bill Mischke showed great speed there, Don.
He certainly did.
Now the Outlaws back with that ball. Brunch watches his man. There's a back pass in here that goes astray, picked up by Richards, Dean Richards. Watched by Chardullo. Richards cuts in, tries to work his way into the crease, can't do it. Mischke missed the pass. Here's a check by Williams, and we get a whistle interference on the Outlaws. The Adanacs pick up the ball with 14:49 to go. Chardullo's long pass. Malowski couldn't come up with it. Back come the Outlaws. Johnson, Rich Johnson's long pass in here to Marty. Marty beats Brunch, comes from the side. Nice stop by Andre, who cut the angle down. Here's a pass that Williams couldn't handle. Dodds and Williams go after it. Williams lost the ball. Ball goes into the corner. Johnson goes in there. Dodds ran a moving interference call there, but referee hasn't seen the call. Oh, Malowski! And there was a there's a goal by Marty, I believe. The Outlaws lead 7-5, but that goaltender looked like he opened the door and Malowski is falling, so Malowski had fallen into the box.
Yeah, I think Malowski just went over and said thank you because he was going head first. He opened the door, and I would assume he'd have got hurt if.
So the Outlaws get that goal done. That's important for them to get that goal and stop the Adanacs comeback. We'll have to pick up the goal. I believe it was Oliver Marty. No. Chris Bertram. That's his first goal. Marty picked up the assist on. Marty's had a strong game for the Outlaws.
Very strong game.
Here's a shot by Suzuki, went way wide. There's a high stick, not called. Now Bethel coming down the middle. Feeds to Malowski. Malowski got 3 players on him. Feeds off to Gill. Gill's hit by Townsend. Interference. Chris Gill now moves in down the middle to Bethel. He couldn't handle a pass. And goes through. And Townsend and Bethel rough things up. Coming back, the Outlaws. Suzuki.
He has a tendency to shoot wild, Gordon, when he hasn't even got a chance on the goal.
Well, there's Walder getting set, shoots. Stopped by Andre. Ball bounced loose. Pryor tried to pick it up, picked up by Malowski. Richmond Outlaws 7, Coquitlam Adanacs 5. 13:26 to go in this second period. It's Junior A Lacrosse from Coquitlam Sports Center. Now it's Wortley. Speeds down the middle, cuts to the outside. Checked by Rich Kilbride. Wingrove could not catch that pass. Now the Outlaws start out again. Pryor to Paquin. Leo Paquin can really handle a stick. Schmidt watching him, cuts in the middle. Paquin shoots. Oh, a blistering drive. That was stopped by the goaltender, Andre. Got a piece of it. Edging and comes back the other way. 3-on-1 for the Adanacs. Here's Craig Wingrove shooting. Score!
Lovely goal.
Craig Wingrove from Edgington. And Don, Craig Wingrove, that'll be his first goal of this season, as he's missed most of the season. He was at school.
Yeah, he picked a great shot.
And Edgington picks up the assist, first assist on the goal anyway.
Watch this pass. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So the Adanacs,
I think Schmidt will get the second assist.
Yeah, probably. 7-6 now. The Outlaws lead the Adanacs. And Don, we're not sure who our guest's going to be for the television audience between the second and third. We may have a surprise guest. We'll have to keep you posted on that one. No.
They only gave 1 assist, but I think there should have been 2.
Here's Storr now. The Adanacs trail 7-6. They try to come back and tie this game. Storr cuts out in the middle. Drop the ball. Oh, and almost a breakaway there as they battle for the ball. Richards trying to come up with it. And they get a whistle. There's going to be here's Richards and Storr going after each other. Could have a scrap here, Don. Richards lands a right hand. Now Richards' helmet comes off. Pryor. Storr goes after him. There's a left hand there's a right hand by Storr. Another right hand by Storr. Storr getting the upper hand, lands another right hand. And down to the floor goes Richards. And Don, I think we have to give this decision to Rob Storr on that one.
I think we have to, and I think he showed a lot of guts coming in there because for a while there his head was down.
And a big smile on Dean Richards' face.
Well, the fans can have a look at that and realize that neither one of the boys are hurt, and probably not a heck of a lot was what happened in there, and just a little adrenaline.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Don, it's better to get it out that way than with sticks. And,
that's for sure.
We'll have to pick up the call, but I'm sure Richards is picking up an extra penalty on this, probably, for slashing. We'll have to wait and see. I think...
well, the loose ball was the Adanacs. Yeah, let's have a replay on that one, Gordon. We'll just see what happened. There's the initial hit.
I don't think we really saw that first.
No, we didn't see what the penalty was out.
Well, looking at the replay, Richards got in a few good punches to start with. The Storr took over as the
I think his
encounter ensued. Yeah, Don, it is the extra penalty to Richards. So the Adanacs will go on their 5th power play, the 3 for 4, and they've got a great opportunity with the score 7-6 to tie this lacrosse game. And Goundry, Don, who has not saw a shift to my knowledge.
No, I don't recall
Number
him
90,
being out
Mark
there.
Goundry, he played pretty well here in an exhibition game. He has not been out. He could be injured. Walowski out there now on the face-off. The Adanacs are on the power play as Richards picks up an extra 2 for slashing. Malowski and Wortley, they battle for it. Wortley, the ball goes in the corner. The Outlaws get the ball, but there's goaltender Andre giving it to Malowski, and Andre did a good play there by hanging on to that ball. Now Brunch to Malowski. The Adanacs come on the attack with a power play. Malowski has that ball, flips off to Brunch into Wortley. Wortley getting set, walks in, shoots, missed the net. Back, the ball bounces back. Brunch knocks it down. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Wortley. Wortley back to Brunch. Brunch shoots. Oh, he missed the net. He had lots of room. Gill missed the net. Here's a shot. Another stop off Broughton as Bishop stopped that. Malowski.
That was 3 shots and only 1 stop.
To Wortley, who's all of a sudden setting the power play up to Gill. He missed. The Adanacs shooting is not sharp, Don, in this power play.
They're missing.
And the big guy, Kevin Brunch, up top is missing with his shots, and he's a guy that, to really make this power play effective, which has been all season, he's got to hit. Here's Wortley coming in, shoots, scores!
Yes,
Scott Wortley! Brilliant rookie for the Adanacs. Scores a power play goal, and it's now 7-7. We've got a 7-all lacrosse game, and they are now 4 for 5 on the power play, Don. That power play is starting to pile up the points again.
If I recall this, that Lance Andre should get another assist on this one, Gordon. That'll be 2 points for him tonight.
Yeah, he had 6 assists coming into tonight's game, Don. He's picked up 1 assist already, so that would be his second and his 8th assist of the season. And Sean Madigan is making his first appearance for the Adanacs. Now, Russ Andre tries to pick up the ball, goes out of play, goes to the Paquin of the Outlaws, scores 7-7. The Adanacs have roared back with a great second period to tie this lacrosse game. You're right. Andre just made another save, and he picks up his 8th assist, Don. Second of the game.
There's a broken stick by Richmond.
And Kurt Malowski picked up another assist. And for Scott Wortley, Don, that was his 13th goal of the season. Another power play goal. Madigan's got that ball for the Adanacs, who have come back to tie this game. They trailed 6-3. And referee Evans watched that wraparound, didn't call it. Malowski scores!
Yes, great goal.
Malowski from Madigan, and it's 8-7.
Maybe it's a good thing he didn't make that call, Gordon, because that was a great goal.
And that's for Sean Madigan. Don is his first point of the season, so he's got to be happy. And for Mr. Malowski, that's his 22nd goal.
I think you said that was Madigan's first shift of this.
I believe it was, Don. Yeah, I believe it was. So it's 8-7
Watch
for
this.
the Adanacs.
Makes a beautiful pass straight across.
Yeah.
Yeah, great goal.
So now the Adanacs take the lead for the first time in the lacrosse game, 8-7. It's been a great game. Schmidt in the corner, belted by Pryor. There's Bird after him. Pryor comes up with that ball. 3 goals now for Malowski, Don, so...
It becomes almost standard, Gordon.
Yeah, he's playing great lacrosse. Paquin getting set, fakes. Walder couldn't pick up that ball. Walder gets it back at the face-off circle. Back to Kilbride, shoots. Great stop by Andre. It goes to his knees. Doesn't know where the ball is. John Kilbride's trying to say it's in the net, but referee Bill Duck blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Because Andre lost that ball in his equipment. He comes up with it to Andy Wingrove. So, Don, this has been a big turnaround for the Adanacs.
It certainly has. The Adanacs defensive team is starting to play very well.
Andy Wingrove now at the face-off circle. Cuts to the corner, comes out.
Oh.
There's a chance for Schmidt, and he missed the pass. John Kilbride, hit by Andy Wingrove. He's going to get a penalty, and the Outlaws will slow things down, get their goaltender out. And, Don, they're 2 for 2 on the power play, so this could be costly, this penalty. They trail 8-7.
The Adanacs are playing a pretty good defense right now, and maybe they can hang on.
Walder to John Kilbride as they get the extra player out there. John Kilbride at the top, passes in, and...
good stop by Lance Andre.
Great stop by Andre. Now the Outlaws go on the power play.
That was a tough call against Andy, because when he went in the corner like that, he was slashing down on the stick, and then Kilbride just ducked into it. The referee had no choice. He had to call it, but it wasn't a terribly vicious slash. So the Adanacs will try and shut down this Outlaw power play, who are 2 for 2. Now the Adanacs send out another player. Bethel comes up there. That's Andy Wingrove's first penalty of the season, Don. Bill Mischke comes up with that ball. He's going to stay out in the power play. Gives it to Paquin. Walder to John Kilbride. Back to Paquin. Paquin over to Walder. Back to Paquin. And Mischke missed the pass. It was in front of the net. That was a great stop by Andre, as Bertram had a good scoring chance. Now he's tripped. No call. John Kilbride goes after the ball. Picks it up. Flips it up, but Paquin's having trouble. And now it's picked up by the Adanacs, Chardulo. There's a change at the Adanac bench. Long pass to Malowski. Malowski. John Kilbride goes after him. Malowski still got the ball. Doing some great penalty killing. Watched in there by Johnson, who wraps him up. But Malowski still got the ball. Slashed. Passes off to Brunch.
Brunch. Back to Chris Gill. Out to Chardullo. Chardullo into Brunch. Brunch watched by 2 Outlaws. Here's Gill. A great stop by Bishop. Darcy Bishop made his best save of the game as he made a great stop. Here's the Outlaws trying to set up in their power play. They got less than a minute now as Walder picks it up. Jason Walder. Cross to Paquin. Leo Paquin. Getting set. Back to Walder. Shoots and blocked beautifully by Chardullo. Chardullo passes off here to Bethel and he missed him with a pass. And the Outlaws take over the ball again. 35 seconds in the Adanac penalty. Paquin comes down the middle. Passes in the corner to Bertrand, back to Kilbride. Cross to number 90. That was Walder. Now the Adanacs come back. Forsberg to Bunch. Bunch is hit by Pryor. Here's a breakaway. Trying to get in the clear. Bunch is trying to catch Marty. Marty coming in. Shoots. Went wide. Good work by Bunch to shut him down. And that'll be the end of the power play. So here's Malowski in the clear. Walking right in. Shoots. Missed the net. 2 for 3 for the Outlaws in their power play now. As the Adanacs shut them down. Chardullo out in the middle to Malowski. Malowski into Gill. Gill getting set. Shoots. Nice stop by, Bishop stopped it. Picked up by Wingrove. Andy Wingrove, and it's a turnover. Walder picks it up for the Outlaws, who trail the Adanacs now 8-7.
It's quite a turnaround in the game because the Adanacs had the best chance on goal on that one, except for the one that Walder missed.
Dodds flips that ball off. There's a pass in front. Nice stop again by Andre. It's been very solid goal for the Adanacs.
I get him down to 15 stops right now, Gordon, in this period.
Gill out to Wingrove. Andy Wingrove comes down the right side with the ball. 6:50 to go in this second period. Coquitlam Adanacs 8, Richmond Outlaws 7. Andy Wingrove trying to get loose for a shot. Cuts in the middle, gets that, shoots, and it was blocked by Townsend. Gary Townsend goes after the ball. 2 Adanacs in there after him. Picked up by Brunch. Brunch off the boards. Hauled down. Madigan swings at the ball. Dodds comes up with it for the Outlaws. Madigan gets involved with Goundry, who has a infrequent shift. Picking that ball up now is Suzuki, number 96. He just leaves the ball on the floor for Anderson. Paquin switches hands. He can do that. Still got the ball. Passes across. Trying to get loose for a shot. There's Anderson. Picked up by Andy Wingrove. Andy Wingrove watched by Anderson. He makes a nice play to get the goaltender Andre. Now the Outlaws are really attacking the game. Wingrove gets that ball. Now he flips up to Madigan. Big guy comes down the right side of the ball. Sean Madigan rolls right down the middle, getting set, going right on goal. And he just checked just before he could shoot. Gill tries to take a shot.
Back in.
Bishop has called back in. Anderson gets the ball. Now Gill gets it. Chris Gill. Out here to Bethel. Bethel feeds into Malowski. There's a car trying to knock that ball in. That's called back in.
Oh, that was a close one, Gordon.
Carr's got the ball in the corner. Andrew Carr comes to the face-off circle.
This is Carr's first shift?
Yeah, he hasn't had too many shifts on it. It could be a second. Carr trying to pick up the ball. The ball bounced loose. Malowski picks it up. Kurt Malowski, who's being the star again for the Adanacs, leads the league in scoring. Malowski still fights for the ball, gets it to Carr. Carr hit high and dropped by Anderson. And that's going to be a high sticking penalty.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have to see if it's more than 2 minutes, Don.
No, Dwayne Evans is coming straight over to the...
5 minutes, he's calling on it, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bethel had words with Anderson. Anderson's second trip to the penalty box, Don. And the Adanacs...
That was a particular vicious one. I don't know if we can get a replay on this one, but he came right up under his on the face mask.
The Adanacs
Here we come on the replay, Gordon.
Okay.
No, we got him down.
Adanacs are 4 for 5 in the power play, so they get a chance to pop another power play goal. They lead 8-7. Andrew Carr is getting up. It doesn't look like he's been cut, Don. So that's good.
Here we come now. Oh, you could just see it, just right up into his face, Gordon.
Yeah, it's a good call by the referee. You don't need that kind of stuff.
Maybe we should mention here to new lacrosse fans that in the game of lacrosse, you get a 5-minute penalty but if 2 goals are scored during that 5 minutes, the player comes back on the floor. A little different than hockey.
Yeah. So the Adanacs, Don, have a great chance to break this game open, leading 8-7 with 5:11 to go in the second period. If they could pop a couple power play goals, they would really be in the driver's seat of this lacrosse game, which looked like they were out of it after 1 period. On the face-off, Malowski knocks the ball back in his own zone. There goes Pryor, who's a speedster after that ball. Andre's got another player, Outlaw Suzuki, after. Gets the ball up to Broughton. Good work by Lance Andre. There's Brunch now. Brunch to Wortley. Wortley going right in. Wortley gets that. Oh, he missed the top corner. He had lots of room there. Gill does some good work to go in there and get that ball.
Young Scott Wortley, he has an opening there, but he hasn't been able to put it into that wide open side.
Here's Brunch back to Wortley. Back to Brunch. Brunch to Malowski. Missed the pass. Broughton goes after it. Taken out. Malowski comes up with that ball beautifully. And there's an Adanac injured in the corner, Don.
Yeah, he went head first into the board. That was pretty...
Broughton. And Joel Broughton, who has been called by the coaches of the Adanac team the most improved player in the league, is shaken up down there. Hopefully he's okay, Don, because he's played great on that power play this season. I think he's just
he's got to shaking it off right now. Just shaking it off a little. That's a pretty hard hit into the corner of the floor and the boards.
A reminder that at the end of tonight's lacrosse game, we'll have the Adanac player of the game will be interviewed by my colorman Don Scott and will receive a beautiful hat from Willis Sporting Goods on Clark in Coquitlam.
And Gordon, you mentioned some of these Richmond players coming from Calgary. I interviewed one of the boys last year, and they just said that they thought they played a pretty good brand of lacrosse there, but each of their teams only had 1 or 2 good players. They came out here to BC, and they just love it because all the teams have all good players.
Well, not only that, Don, they become better lacrosse players playing with a better brand of lacrosse, too, themselves. Okay, Malowski on the face-off now. Battles in there with Pryor. Wortley showing some hustle, but there's Pryor, who's had a strong game. Goes driving down the floor, he won't give up. He can really run, this guy. Dean Pryor after Brunch. And Pryor really hustling. Now he's taken down by... Oh, and the Outlaw bench is not happy.
They're looking for a trip there, but I don't think there was a trip there.
And Pryor and Bunch have words. A little bit of feeling creeping into this game, Don. And the Outlaws get the ball. Walder, 2 Adanacs on him. Passes in front to Patquin. Great stop by Lance Andre. Ball, Malowski, checked by Walder. Great job. Walder still got the ball. He's got 3 Adanacs on him. Passes off to Patquin. Back to Walder. Going right in. He shoots. Oh, he missed the top corner. Walder, who I still think, Don, has been the best player on this floor, has just failed to tie this lacrosse game up. He's already got 1 short-handed goal. Here's Brunch now as the Adanacs have only got 3:43 in this major penalty remaining. Brunch setting up to Wortley. Wortley back to Brunch. Brunch over to Malowski. Malowski shoots. Missed the top corner. Malowski goes after the loose ball.
They gave a new 30 on that, Gordon. I mean, it must have touched the goalpost.
Broughton out to Brunch. Yeah, he was pretty generous on that one, Don. Over to Broughton, who's back out there. That's a good sign. Brunch shoots. Missed the net again as his shooting's really been erratic. Now, Bishop's got that ball. The goaltender throws a long pass as they sneak a man out. And
young Wortley played that very well, Gordon.
Andre comes up with the ball, gives it to Storr. Storr comes down the right side. Adanac set up in the power play game. Brunch comes back out. Wortley to Brunch. Brunch back to Wortley. Into Gill. Back to Wortley. Oh, Malowski made a move. Brunch shoots. Again, Bishop, Darcy Bishop, the big goaltender, made this up. Here's another player coming out of the box. John Kilbride's in the clear, walks in, fakes, shoots, scores! John Kilbride from Bishop. And Don, how'd you like that change?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt there, Gordon, that the referees are being very lenient on the player coming out of the box. Because
I see it on the replay here. John Kilbride, I believe that's at least his 2nd goal, Don. An assist to the goaltender. And Don, this big goaltender, Darcy Bishop, has impressed me. First time I've seen the big guy, and he's played well. 8-8 lacrosse game. Great junior A lacrosse from the Coquitlam Sports Center. Now, Scott Wortley comes up with the ball. The Adanacs have been scored on twice tonight. Short-handed. Brunch to Malowski, back to Brunch. Over to Wortley. Wortley back to Brunch, back to Malowski, shoots. Nice stop by Bishop, got his arm on it. Malowski hustles after it, picks up the rebound, cuts off the face-off circle. Malowski gains set, off to Wortley. Wortley dropped the ball, picks it up again, cuts to the corner, back to Brunch. Brunch drops the ball, picks it up again. Brunch now, over to Wortley. Wortley back to Malowski. Malowski takes a shot that's way wide and high. Brunch, as the Outlaws, Pryor doing a great job of penalty killing. Wortley gets that ball, comes down the middle, gives it to Brunch. Brunch shoots, scores!
Oh, nice
He finally got one, Don.
Yeah, he bounded it right off his leg.
And that was a sort of a sub shot, Don, by big
Certainly was.
Brunch, Kevin Brunch.
I hope we can see it on the replay because he ricocheted right off the goalie's leg.
Scott
shot.
Wortley will pick up an assist on that. And the Adanacs regain the lead. That's
their fifth power play.
Fifth power play.
And they still have the power play for another minute and 52 seconds.
Now, Storr picks it up to Bethel. Brunch is hit. Now here's a two-man breakaway for the Richards. Flips it ahead to Kilbride. He scores! What a goal by Kilbride! He faked about 4 times, Don. That looked awful close to being in the crease. And that's three short-handed goals for the Outlaws. Ties the game again at 9-9. Kilbride, I don't know, on your scoring there, Don, you must have at least 3. There's a replay. Look at the fakes he puts on Andre. No, it looked like after he scored, he went into the crease.
Fine.
So referees did a good. Here's Kilbride again. He's starting to put on a show for the fans here with some great skill with his stick. Brunch picks it up. 1:19 on the penalty, 1:29 to go in the period. Picked up by Rob Storr. Now it's Brunch's long pass to Gillen. The clear going in. Chris Gill fake shoots. Great stop by Bishop. Now it's picked up in there by Johnson, Rich Johnson. Down here to Richards. Richards throws it off to Kilbride, Rich Kilbride. Ball bounces loose. The Adanacs trying to come up with it. There's 1 minute to go in the period. Outlaws come up with it. So Don, in this power play, 5-minute power play, Outlaws have got 2 short-hand goals. The Adanacs got 1 power play goal. We've got a 9-all lacrosse game. Oliver Marty with that ball. And the Outlaws are really getting into this game. Here's a backhand. Oh, it hit the post, I believe. No,
back
was a stop.
Off Andre's back foot.
The Outlaws almost had their 3rd short-handed goal. Here's Mischke going in. Mischke watched, hit by Bethel, flattened. Good work by Bethel. Picked up by Brunch. 30 seconds to go. There's the pass to Broughton in the clear. Broughton trying to get Patwin. Hauls it down. Yeah. And there's going to be a penalty, no doubt about that one. Gill gets it. Mulder hit Gill. Went flying. Here's a shot by Malowski. Kicked out by Bishop. Don, there's action everywhere in this great lacrosse game.
Certainly would assume that shot on Gill could have easily been charging, but this is exciting lacrosse.
Oh, it's great lacrosse
Edge
game.
of our seats, Gordon.
Can't get any better than this, Don. It's a 9-all lacrosse game. 19 seconds to go in the 2nd period.
And I think the Adanacs will be satisfied to come into this at the end of the 2nd period.
We should be in store for just a great third period. Yeah, it should be great. Ball's dropped. Wortley goes after it. Picked up by Storr. Storr turns. Got the ball out to Wortley. 10 seconds. Wortley to Malowski. Malowski, the Adanacs slow getting their 5 players up there. They've got to shoot pretty quick. 5 seconds. Edgerton off to Wortley. Wortley checked as the Outlaws very aggressive. And that's the end of the 2nd period. And a great period of lacrosse, Don. The Coquitlam Adanacs roared back from a 6-3 deficit after 1 period. And we've got a 9-all lacrosse game after 2 periods of play. We hope to have a guest on between the 2nd and 3rd period. Right now, it's going to be a little surprise. So stand by. We'll be right back with an interview.
Did you know that you possess the tools to help a heart attack victim? Your hands, your mouth, your presence of mind. That's all it takes to practice cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR. CPR is simple to learn and simple to apply, but it may be the most valuable skill you'll ever acquire. Call the Pulse of Life Society and find out how you can learn the life-saving skill of CPR, because when it comes to fighting heart attacks, knowing what to do is half the battle. The Pulse of Life Society is endorsed by the BC Association of Broadcasters.
Welcome, lacrosse fans, to our second period intermission, and I have with me as my guest Steve Ewan, sports editor, Coquitlam Now newspaper. Steve, you're out for the lacrosse, and you're given great coverage to the paper.
Thanks. I think lacrosse is very important in Coquitlam and Port Moody and Poco. There's a lot of kids playing it. Coquitlam is probably the best arena in the Western Lacrosse Association. Has got the best fans. It's a great lacrosse area.
Well, with lacrosse and the Lower Mainland, it's there's only one other area, which is Ontario, where there's a lacrosse played at our level. But this is the best there is, and you're giving it great coverage. Do you have special people out for this now, or do you come out yourself and write your own articles?
Usually, I come out myself and meet with people like Ted Fridge and Les Wingrove and Hugh Tate with Poco and Ken Clark and with the Express, Port Moody Express. I do a lot of it, but we have freelancers, and lacrosse is very, very important to me and to the Now newspapers.
Being sports editor, how did you get into that particular line of work?
What I did is I did a year program at Coquitlam College in Richmond. Part of the program is they send you off on a 2-week practicum, and I ended up getting lucky enough to go to the Now, and I've been there ever since. Howard Samura, who was the sports editor before I was, recently left to join the staff of the province, and I've just been promoted up the ranks.
So, do you have any particular sports? You just mentioned that you've come from a baseball game,
Yeah.
But lacrosse, hockey?
Lacrosse, hockey, baseball. I like soccer, basketball. It's sports people are just great people regardless of what they play.
When you're involved in sports and you obviously play a little bit, do you not find that your time is pretty pretty short, because there's so much going on at any one time? There's a lacrosse game somewhere.
Yeah, it would be very, very easy to work 7 days a week, 14 hours a day at this job, and it's to the point where you have to sit down and stop yourself and kind of sit down and say, well, maybe I can do this over the phone, maybe I can get someone else to do it for me. It could be a 7-day-a-week job.
Well, most of us go back and forth between sports, and right now lacrosse is my favorite. We watch the seniors play all the time. We watch the kids play. Some of the kids that are playing here now, I've watched them since they were mini tykes. But yourself, is your background at all lacrosse, or
actually I come out of a hockey background. I played hockey for 12 years and had a tryout here and a tryout there. While I had to choose between the Now and between hockey, and I ended up picking the Now. Lacrosse really wasn't important to me as a youth. I was more of a baseball player. I was more into baseball, and it was conflicting.
Steve, thank you for coming out and being my guest, and
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for what the coverage the paper's giving us, and we'll be right back with this exciting third period.
Two-thirds of our forest fires are caused by people. Please, be careful.
All set to go here in the third period with the score, the Coquitlam Adanacs 9, the Richmond Outlaws 9. Don, a great lacrosse game.
Great lacrosse game, and the Adanacs have 1 minute and 41 seconds in a power play. They've already scored 5 power play goals, so they have a chance here to take the lead.
But Don, the bad news, of course, is the Outlaws have scored 3 shorthanded goals against the power
unfortunately.
play. So John Kilbride got 2 on that major penalty. So the Adanacs, now we got a big discussion over here, Don. I don't know what it's all about. The referees.
Backup referee.
Referees are talking. No, actually commissioner is down there talking. So we don't know what exactly the holdup is. A reminder: next Wednesday night, the Coquitlam Adanacs will be hosting the Burnaby Cablevision team. That's June the 12th here at the Coquitlam Sports Center. Get out here and support this Minto Cup bound Adanac
Gordon,
team.
I thought this was going to happen. They brought down someone else to run the 30-second clock, because it's been let go. It's not been right. There's been many times where the 30-second clock has been done wrong, and the teams are losing it, and they're
the
not very
gentleman
happy.
taking over is none other than Rocky Zimmerman, a well-known Coquitlam sports figure, and he's also assistant coach to the Port Coquitlam Midget A lacrosse team, Don.
Yes, and Rocky, I think he used to do it all the time for the junior Adanacs. But somehow or other, the other chap just didn't seem to have the idea that it wasn't until the possession was changed that the clock changed, or when the referee signaled, he had to wait till the team that was to get the ball would pick it up before he would run the clock.
On the face-off, Dean Pryor's had an outstanding game killing penalties for the Outlaws. Couldn't come up with the ball. The Adanacs, Malowski's got it now as they're in a power play for 132. Here's Wortley cruising right in, says shoots, and the big guy in goal, Bishop, makes a great stop. And down on the floor is Wortley. And there's a lot of stuff going on down off the ball that the players seem to be getting a little bit chippier and chippier as this game goes on.
Well, the referee seemed to be reluctant to call that second penalty, and
the Adanacs, Don, next road game is June the 7th, Friday night in New Westminster against the surprising New Westminster Salmon Bellies. Are off to a great start under new coach Lyle Robinson. And as I said, their next home game for the Adanacs will be here at the Coquitlam Sports Center next Wednesday, June the 12th, game time 8 p.m. And Scott Wortley is being looked at by the trainer, Don. Hopefully the little guy is okay.
Looks like he's been hit in the jaw, but he...
So that change on the 30-second clock must have come as a request from the Richmond Outlaws.
Yeah, at the end of the second period, both captains went to the referees, and there was quite a long discussion. And I assume that's what it was all about. But Gordon, I talked to Coach Lyle Robinson in between periods because he's here scouting these two teams. Obviously, his team has to do well against these two teams to do well in the league, and he is fairly pleased with their progress so far. But he hopes his team would play a little bit more of a team game in the future.
Well, Don, while we got a little break here, maybe you can give us the league standings again for the fans that have...
Well, Gordon, we've got the Adanacs, of course, with a 7-2 record in first place, followed by Victoria Eagles, 6-2-1, Burnaby Cablevision with 5-4 record, and New Westminster, 4 wins, 5 losses and a tie, Richmond, 4-4, and South Fraser Stickman with only 1 win in 11 games.
It's a good sign, Don. Looks like Scott Wortley's going to be okay.
072.
As we said, Don, Scott Wortley has got to be a candidate, one of the top candidates for Rookie of the Year this year. He's having a great season.
Certainly is.
Kurt Malowski now on that face-off. 1:23 to go in the penalty, and then the Outlaws will finally be back at full strength. 9-all lacrosse game. There's the Adanacs getting the ball on the interference call. Kevin Brunch, who scored late in that second period and has had trouble hitting that net, but he's got it racked up a lot of points. He had 3 assists on the first 3 goals. Off to Edgington, back to Brunch, back to Edgington, back to Brunch. Kevin Brunch shoots, scores!
Yes, that's
Kevin
the goal
Brunch,
we're looking for.
and that makes him happy. He found the range of that high drive, and that's the 6th power play goal for the Adanacs.
And that's Kevin's second goal, and he's already got 3 assists.
That's right. And they go 6 for 7 on the power play, and the Adanacs take the lead again, Don, 10-9.
Here, just a great shot.
Yeah. So the big guy's racking up points, the second highest scorer in the league, and you see why on that last goal. Here's Walder trying to come up with the ball. He does, Jason Walder. And in my opinion, along with John Kilbride, have been the best 2 Outlaws on the floor. Walder, who has a couple goals, passes off to John Kilbride again. Kilbride making some great moves. And that's picked off by Schmidt. That's Schmidt trying to get away. Great stick check by Walder, but Schmidt comes up with the ball again. There's a pass off to Brad Edgington. Edgington cuts to the face-off circle. Still got it. Nishiyama tries to set a block. Craig Wingrove missed the pass. Picked up by Schmidt. Schmidt. And there's 5 seconds on that shot clock. Here's Nishiyama shooting. Oh, and it grazed the goalpost.
Great shot.
Great shot by Jimmy Nishiyama. He almost put that goal in. A ball in, I mean, would have been his first goal in his first game of the season. Andy Wingrove now to good sign. Andrew Carr's back out there after being shaken up with a high check. Now Jimmy Nishiyama at the face-off circle. Gets set, cuts to the middle. He's checked, but he goes after that ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pryor hammers him in the corner. Nishiam out of the corner in front to Craig Wingrove. He couldn't come up with it. Kilbride couldn't get it. John Kilbride. Wingrove gets it. And there's the 30-second clock. And the Outlaws come up with the ball. Walder passes that ball off. Oliver Marty, who's had a strong game for the Outlaws, with the ball to face-off circle. Shoots! Nice stop by Big Andre. Andre flips the ball to Andy Wingrove. Andy Wingrove to Andrew Carr. Carr, the Adanacs make a change. Up to Rob Williams, who missed the pass, but he picks up the ball. Gets away from Marty. Williams to Broughton. Joel Broughton. Fakes a shot, tries to get in. Grabbed by Marty.
Penalty coming
Bill
up.
Duck's got him. The goal is being waved off. And a good call by referee Bill Duck as Marty picks up a penalty for holding, Don. So the Adanacs go on their 8th power play, 6 for 7.
And Young Williams scored, Gordon, but he definitely was in the crease. It's a good thing they didn't count that one.
So the score 10-9. The Adanacs go in the power play and got a chance to open up a 2-goal lead here. Malowski on that face-off against Pryor. Malowski gets the ball back to Brunch. Into Broughton across to Gill. He missed the net. Malowski can't get the rebound, but Brunch picks it up. Kevin Brunch now sets his power play up. Fakes a pass. There it goes to Malowski. Back to Brunch. Edgington missed that pass. Hustles to the corner. Comes up with the ball. Great work by Brad Edgington. Here's Brunch shooting. Knocked down. Racing after is Pryor. Pryor with great speed. Brunch makes a good play. Anderson goes after it. Ball bounces into the seats, and it's taken over by the Outlaws. The Outlaws make a change now. Storr's got Paquin tied up. Now it comes to Richards. Richards to John Kilbride. Kilbride got 2 Adanacs after him. Holds on the ball. He's pushed back near the line, but doesn't get pushed over. Kilbride still got the ball. 2 Adanacs trying to check him. There's a pass in here to Paquin. Paquin over to Richards, who wasn't looking. It goes right to Walder. Walder back to Kilbride, wide open. He shoots.
Oh, he dropped.
Missed. Don, how can a guy get that wide open? It's beyond. That's what I like to know. When the other team has the extra man.
The Adanacs are watching the
Completely
ball.
Wide open. Great stick work by the Outlaws. They just failed to score their 4th short-handed goal. Malowski to Brunch. Back to Malowski. Adanacs on the power play. Brunch getting set. Back to Malowski. Walks right in. Shoots. Gray missed the net. And the ball goes in.
Bounced off the goaltender from behind. What a shame.
Now, Gill, I don't know who's going to get that credit. Gill, they seem to be saying it's Gill. We'll have to wait
we
for
better
this one,
watch
Don.
the replay on this
You
one.
see it on the replay.
I thought it came in off the goaltender.
That's what it looked like, but maybe Gill just deflected it in off the black.
We'll have to keep our eye on this. Fans you at home will see it as the same as Gordon and I have.
Here's Brunch. Cross. There's a shot.
Oh, it did. He dropped right into Chris Gill's stick, and he threw it into the empty net.
Well, that's another goal for Chris Gill. Another power play goal. They now are 7 for 8, Don. Second goal of the night. 22nd goal for Chris Gill. Brunch picks up another point, Don. He's got to have a lot of points in this lacrosse game. Here's Rennie out to Dodds as the Dodds just bats the ball to Bertram, who has actually a good play into Rennie. Junior B player up from Clarny. Rennie passes that ball into Bertram. He just takes a backhand as the 30-second clock.
Good defense by the Adanacs.
Yeah. Paulo Shoidulo with that ball gives it to Malowski. Kurt Malowski, the league's leading scorer in his final year of Junior A lacrosse. What a great player he's been for the Adanacs. He's at that face-off circle, cuts to the middle, passes off. Here's Gill streaking in. Oh, he hit the post with a great shot. Andre out of the nets. Flips that ball up to Malowski. Malowski off to Bethel. Big Greg Bethel scored a beautiful goal earlier in the game. At the face-off circle, feeds Malowski, shoots, kicked out by Bishop, Darcy Bishop. That's a big goal for the Adanacs, Don. That gives them an 11-9 lead. I think the next goal will even be a bigger one. There's a shot stopped by Bishop. Now Pryor gets it. There's a long pass out of the box. Walder sneaks out of the box, comes in on Onger, walks by Onger, drops the ball, and Forsberg come up with it to Malowski. Adanacs 11, Outlaws 9. 14:32 to go in this third period. Great lacrosse Junior A action from the Coquitlam Sports Center. Here's Jimmy Nishiyama playing his first game of the season. He's had a good game. He's hit the post once. Andy Wingrove coming back off the injury list as the Adanacs get all their injured players back. Wingrove cuts to the corner, flips the ball out. It's picked off by Walder. He can fly. He comes down the floor. Edgerton watches him. He slows up now. There's his pass off here to Mischke. Mischke shoots. Nice stop by Andre. Paquin shoots. Another great stop by Andre. Great goaltending by Lance Andre. And that brought the Coquitlam bench alive.
Yeah, you betcha. That's 2 outstanding saves.
Wingrove. Andy Wingrove with that ball. Watched by Marty. Wingrove now tries to beat Marty. He does beat him, but he lost the ball. Wingrove hit. The ball bounces loose. Wingrove stays right with it. Flips it towards his cousin Craig Wingrove. But it's Jason Walder comes up with the ball to Leo Paquin. Outlaws now trail 11-9 here in the third period. They led 6-3 after one period, but the Adanacs have stormed back to take the lead on some great work by their power play game. Mischke, Bill Mischke, cuts to that face-off circle. Watched by Nishiyama, out to Paquin. Paquin into the middle. Richards shoots. Nice stop by Andre. Ball goes to the corner. Mischke goes after it. Hit by, here's, coming out of the corner is Richards. He missed Paquin. Ball bounces loose, goes high in the air. And the 30-second clock, the Adanacs take over. 13 minutes to go in the third period. The Coquitlam Adanacs 11, Richmond Outlaws 9. Here's Joel Broughton with that ball. Comes down the left side. Watched by Paquin. Passes to Brunch. Kevin Brunch moves in, fires. High drive, just went wide. Here's Storr. He just missed the top corner. And
penalty coming up. You bet. High sticking.
High sticking to the Outlaws. So the Adanacs will go back on the power play again, Don. And they have been dynamite on the power play again tonight. 7 for 8.
Any team in the league, Gordon, that takes penalties against the Adanacs they're gonna be in big trouble.
Number 82, Chris Bird.
Except the Stickman. They were 0 for 3 against the Stickman.
But Stickman still lost the ball game. Bird going into the penalty box. Malowski trying to get that ball. The Adanacs going their 9th power play. Picked up by Broughton. Or by Brunch. He lost the ball. It's Pryor. He ran Malowski. This Pryor never stops running, Don. Here's Edgerton now. Back to Brunch. Brunch shoots.
Chris Gill did it again, right off the rebound.
That's 2 goals in a row for Chris Gill, Don.
And exactly the same. I mean, that's just good heads-up lacrosse.
The Adanacs are 8 for 9, and Brunch should pick up another assist.
You bet.
And Chris Gill, that's his 23rd goal this season, his 3rd goal of tonight's game.
Yeah, did you watch it on the replay? That Chris Gill has to have a great eye to be able to pick that ball coming off there on a rebound off the backboard.
And the key is, Don, he's so quick with his stick. That's why
we missed it the first time he scored.
Yeah. Brunch gets that ball in the face-off, tries to flip through to Chardullo. Paquin goes after it. The Adanacs open up their biggest lead of the lacrosse game, 12-9. 8th power play goals, Don. They got 8 out of 12 goals are power plays.
Back in.
Now the Adanacs take the ball over. Malowski picks up another point too, Don. Here's Chardullo winding, shooting, scores! Great shot, top corner, and Chardullo loved that shot.
You betcha.
And it's 13-9.
And he's playing to the Richmond bench right now. He's telling them that we took the game to you and we've taken it away from you.
Great shot by Chardullo. The Adanacs have really opened this game wide open now.
Yeah. There's a few sighs of relief on the Adanacs bench right now. The coaching staff wondered if their boys could come up for this one after a 9-day layoff.
Paulo Chardullo, Don, there's that big shot. That's his 9th goal of the season.
An assist to number 22, Rob Williams.
Yeah. So the Adanacs have taken over this lacrosse game. It looked like the Outlaws were going to blow them out after one period. They trailed 6-3. But their power play has got them going, Don, and they haven't stopped.
Now Richmond's starting to lose their composure.
Suzuki in there trying to get the ball. Bethel with some great work comes up with the ball. Flips out to Malowski. Malowski. Don, you're going to have another tough job picking stars. Here's Bethel into Gill right in front. Gill fakes. Shoots. Great stop by Bishop. He got his stick on that as it looked like Gill had him faked right out of the net. Malowski with that ball. Adanacs 13, Outlaws 9. Third period of play, 11:26 to go. Here's Malowski shooting way wide. Back to Bethel. Bethel has that ball. Passes it, goes wide of Forsberg. He hustles after it, picks it up. Forsberg at the face-off circle. Here's Bethel cutting in, shoots, stopped by Bishop. Bishop comes up with the ball.
Oops.
Oh, there's a little tap by Bethel, and he's going to pick up a penalty
give him
there.
10 points for that dive, but he definitely deserves a penalty for swinging the stick in like that. There's no need for that.
Yeah, no, that's got to be classified as a bad penalty. So the Outlaws, Don, are 2 for 3 in their power play.
Well, the Adanacs have to get a short man anyway sometime. No, Greg is a little out of character on that one.
Now, looks like...
Lance Andre looked like he wanted to get some equipment fixed, but the referee would have no part of it.
Okay, Leo Paquin is the Outlaw step the power play. There's a shot. It was a hidden ball play. And goaltender Andre wasn't fooled. He stopped it. Now Andre out of his crease throws a long pass down here. And it goes wide and goes into the corner. It's Brunch picks it up out to Chardulo. Score!
Yes.
Paulo Chardulo! And it's 14-9.
And that should give Lance Andre another assist, Gordon, if I count this right.
That's right, it will. Don should anyway. And that's a second Chardulo's 10th goal of the season. First short-handed goal for the Adanacs. And they've really blown this game open.
Did I call it or did I call it?
Yes, Don, you sure did. So Chardulo gets his 10th goal.
They're changing up the goaltender, Gordon. I think Richmond needs a little time to have a break.
Kevin Steves is coming in, and he's even taller than this Bishop, Darcy Bishop. I don't really think Bishop played that bad of a game.
He has not played that bad. I mean, the last few goals, the 2 that Chris Gill got and the 2 that Paulo Chardulo just got,
Don, well, we got a little break in the action.
They did give the goaltender.
I've got to tell you a little story here. Between periods, I met the sports wrap crew of Terry Murray and Jim Polis, and apparently the story I got was they were at a fishing derby on the weekend, and they thought they had the biggest fish, and somebody said, no, we don't have it. And the next thing they knew, here's Jim Polis with a bicycle pump trying to pump up the fish so they could win the derby, but apparently they didn't do too well when the fish actually got weighed in. Jim Polis thought it was a 20-pounder, but it was only a 12-pounder, I believe.
Yes, it was, Gordon. And I don't like to brag or anything, but me and my partner got a 17-pounder on that derby. Well, we had a lot of fun, and the money went to the Children's Hospital.
Don, knowing those two characters, Polis and Murray, I'm surprised they didn't use dynamite to try to get some salmon.
Oh, yes, Gordon.
So we're getting a warm-up here with the new goaltender for the... He's got to be about 6'6", Don, that guy. He should be playing basketball.
Well, Gordon, we made a couple of comments on him last year when he played because he was the backup goaltender, and but he's really fast. It looks like he should be able to get a shot in down low, but he's very, very good with his stick, and he comes in real quick with that ball.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he does as these Adanacs have really turned down the power after the first period and now lead 14-9.
With a 5-goal lead, though, lots of time, 10 minutes to go.
10:41, and with the firepower that the Outlaws have got, they can get back in the ball game in a hurry. And they have a power play right now, so if they could pop one here, they would only be down 4 goals with almost 10 minutes to go in this period. Paquin in there against Schmidt on the face-off. Getting set for the face-off. The referee, Evans, is having a big conversation with Paquin. Doesn't seem to want to put his stick down. Now it goes down. There's the face-off picked up by Kilbride. Kilbride to Richards. Back to Kilbride. Kilbride. Paquin. And the crease to Walder. Walder back to Paquin. He missed the pass. And new goaltender Steves comes up with the ball. Passes the ball down to John Kilbride. 10 seconds. Kilbride into the corner to Marty, back to Paquin. He shoots, just grazed the net. Here's a shot by Kilbride. There's a great stop by Andre. Picked up by Marty, back to Kilbride. Back, ball comes to Paquin. Paquin in the crease, scored! Great goal by Walder. And it's now 14-10 Adanacs.
Lance Andre made 3 stops on that, Gordon. That was
So 3
Quite
for
a
4,
flirt.
the Outlaws are down in their power play. And for Walder, that's got to be at least his 3rd goal. Him and Kilbride have been wrecking crew for the Outlaws here tonight. John Kilbride's played a great game. So
Yeah,
with,
I've got him down as that's his hat trick goal.
10:03 to go, Don.
All 3 on the power play, Gordon.
It's 14-10. Andre gets that ball, gives it to Storr. Chardulo, who's fired 2 late goals, back to Storr. Storr races in, comes in front, is checked off the ball. Brunch out to Broughton.
Oh,
nice
great
stop by
stop.
Steves. Ball bouncing loose. Outlaws trying to come out. Here they come. John Kilbride with a ball. Paquin takes it back to Kilbride. Fakes, shoots, scores!
Oh, great
goal!
Oh,
John
fantastic
Kilbride
action.
with some great stick work. Faked the goaltender about 4 times, Don, and put it in the net.
My goodness.
This should look like this should be great goal on the replay.
Oh,
So the
let's watch
Outlaws,
this
as
replay
you
on
say,
this
Don, don't count them out. There it is. They're right back in this. It's 14-11.
just excellent play, both ends. Because it was a goal that was saved by Steves at the other end. It was a sure thing almost.
So John Kilbride, Don, I don't know how many goals. He must have 4 or 5. He's been firing them in this game, him and Walder.
I got him down for 4.
Yeah, that's probably correct. 4 goals. He's had a great game, too, along with Walder. Here's Gill picking up that ball. Tries to get away from Townsend, or Pryor. Gives it off to Bethel in the middle to Onger. He can't catch the ball. Forsberg to Onger. Russ Onger. Off to Malowski. Malowski hit high. Here's Gill right open. Nice stop by Steves. He stood his ground and stopped that shot.
Again,
Adanacs
Gordon,
take over.
they're going low with that ball, and that's two that he's stopped so far.
Bethel coming out of the corner. Johnson trying to check him. There's a shot way wide and high. Ball bounces. Onger trying to stuff it in. There's Gill trying to score. The ball bounces loose. Suzuki comes up with it. Things get rough. Onger's going to get a penalty, Don, and that could be a very costly penalty at this point in the lacrosse game. That looked like fire drill over the way those Outlaws were changing, Don. There looked like all kinds of players out there on the floor, but referees didn't call it. Walder to Richards, back to Walder, over to Paquin.
Where's the...
Marty's in there. Oh, Onger just drilled his man, and I think he could pick up...
No, he's only getting the 1 penalty for high stick.
Well, Bill Duck is coming into the bench now, too. I think there's going to be 2 penalties. And now Onger and Richards are having words. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Don, it's going to be a 4 minutes to Onger, and this could really turn this lacrosse game right around. And I guess...
Richmond should be getting the ball.
Yeah, that's right, and that'll increase Russ Onger's penalty minutes to 41, and he leads the league in that, or not the league, Don, the
Adanacs in penalties.
department. But perhaps he was a little over-aggressive at this point of the lacrosse game.
I thought Marty should be coming off if they blew the... Well, I guess they blew it for interference.
So a very crucial part. The Outlaws got a chance to get 2 goals here. They trail 14-11. Here's John Kilbride scoring, and it's now 14-12, and that's goal number 5 for Kilbride.
Certainly is.
So Don, I think your first star for the Outlaws is becoming very evident.
Yeah, he's obviously the class of that lacrosse team.
Yeah. So it's 14-12. The Outlaws are still on the power play. They are now 4 for 5, so their power play has been very good, Don, just along with the Adanacs. Schmidt now taking his face off. Paquin gets the ball over. Chardulo goes in there with Richards, picked up by the Outlaws. Walder gives it in here to Paquin. Paquin stops at the face-off circle. Kilbride cuts across to the shooter spot. Paquin at the point, in the crease to Richards, across to Marty. Scored! Oliver Marty, and there it makes it 14-13. 8 minutes to go, Don. And it's 5 for 6 for the power play. And boy, those 2 penalties to Onger were really costly, Don.
Yes, they were. And I feel sorry for Russ because I think they put him out there to try, to put a little beef into the team, and he got caught on a couple of shots that he shouldn't have.
There's a replay, Don. Marty parks there, and he just picked the top corner. Oliver Marty. That's at least his 2nd goal. So the Outlaws have fought back from a 14-9. They trailed, and now it's 14-13.
And that's in 2 minutes and 14 seconds, Gordon.
Steves gets that ball. He has not allowed a goal since he's come in. John Kilbride to Walder. He fakes. He's great with his stick. Fakes again. Schmidt goes after him. Jason Walder comes down the left wing. Left the ball for Richards. Kilbride back out there as the big gunners are getting a lot of floor time. Here's a shot by Paquin. Just missed. Ball bounces loose. Picked up in there. Back pass by Marty. Into Kilbride. Comes to goaltender Andre. Comes up with it.
Great play by Wingrove on that one. He took that.
Andy Wingrove with that ball. Passes to Broughton. And Don, we're in that situation again where you can say the next goal is a big one.
It certainly is.
Even though there's lots of time. Broughton with that ball. He passes off to Chardullo, who has 2 goals here in this third period for the Adanacs. Passes to Williams, who dropped the ball. Ball bounces loose. Goes into the goaltender Steves, but Suzuki picks it up. And the Outlaws and Coach Roger Roston is putting his big guns out, which is smart coaching. Here's Paquin whenever they get the ball. This type of ball game, Paquin at the top, watched by Williams. Paquin cuts. Paquin's trying to shoot, flips the ball across, knocked down by Brunch. Ball goes loose, picked up by Marty, Oliver Marty, into Kilbride, and Mischke couldn't come up with a ball. It's picked up by Andre. Now Brunch comes up with it. Brunch ahead to Malowski. 6:22 to go. Adanacs 14, Outlaws 13. There's a shot, easily stopped by Steves. Great junior A lacrosse from the Coquitlam Sports Center.
And Gordon, that's good gutsy play by the coach. They're putting Russ Onger back out on the floor. He knows what he did last time, and I'm sure that he won't get in any penalty trouble this time.
Outlaws with that ball. Richards. Dean Richards at the face-off circle. Still got it. Cuts out to the middle. Watched by Gill. There's a pass off to Marty. Oliver Marty trying to score. Oh, that ball almost went in. Good stop by Andre, and good play by Kurt Malowski to trap that ball so it wouldn't go in over the goal line. Kurt Malowski now. The Adanacs slow things down. They lead by 1 goal. 5:36 to go in the third period.
And Gordon, we should talk about, we haven't had overtime yet this year, so...
There's Brad Edgerton with that ball. Yeah, we haven't, Don. You're right. Here's Craig Wingrove. Walks in, shoots. Nice stop by Big Steves. Ball bounces loose. Picked up by Anderson. And the Outlaws slow things down. And here again, Roger Ross, the coach, puts out his big gunners. Richards flips it off to Paquin. Leo Paquin. Holds that ball. There's a pass in here. The backhand scored! Richards, a great backhander. Don, we've got a tie lacrosse game.
Got a tie game.
And Don, we've got goaltender Darcy Bishop back in goal for the Outlaws. So now Bill Duck is talking to Bunch down there. That was a great goal. 14-14, and Don, you might get your wish here, and we might get overtime. Yeah, the Richmond club have changed the goaltenders back to Darcy Bishop.
I'm surprised that somewhere during that play that the Adanacs didn't call up.
Great goal by Dean Richards.
Timeout.
Flipped the backhander right in the top corner. They've scored some great goals to come back. They were trailing by 5 goals. They've come back. They were down 14-9. They've scored 5 straight goals to tie the game.
And both teams have had a turn at dominating this game, and right now it's hard to say how the rest of this will go.
Kevin Brunch now with that ball. We got a new ball game. Fires. Just missed the top corner. Here's a shot by Williams. Stopped by Bishop. Now back comes Rich Kilbride as again the Outlaws put out their gunners, and it's paid off. This third period, Paquin has that ball, cuts to the middle, watched by Brunch. There's a pass right in front, great stop as number 86 or 88, Marty had that chance. Townsend goes after, here's Gill coming down with Williams, a pass to Williams. He gets a shot away.
Got a shot away.
He missed the net. Ball goes loose in the corner. The Outlaws in there battling with it. Now Gill still keeps hustling. He's flattened, and it's going to be the Adanac ball. Malowski with the ball, off to Bethel. Bethel getting set, shoots. Oh, he missed the top corner. Williams comes up with a rebound. Across to Bethel. Bethel, watched by Mitski, gets away from Mitski. Bethel going in, fakes. He dropped the ball, picked up by Mitski, throws the ball out to Rich Kilbride, and Chris Gill didn't know where the ball was, but he picks it up. And Chris Gill starts out.
There's a break for the Adanacs there, Gordon, with 3 minutes left to go in this game.
Bethel, a little fake play. Chris Gill keeps the ball. Gill out the top with a circle, face-off circle. There's a pick by Bethel. Gill, beautiful play to Bethel. Bethel tries, can't get a shot, throws it across. Forsberg couldn't come up with it. And starting out with that ball is Anderson, pardon me. Anderson throws that ball out to Walder. He can fly, puts it in front, and in a crease. Good call by referee Evans.
And Lance Andre made that stop, though, Gordon.
Now Chardulo has some words for Evans, who grabbed him. It's the Adanac ball, Don, as Marty didn't like the call.
Well, Marty's complaining about a little bit of water on the floor at the, behind the goal, but I have no idea what...
Oh, it looks like we're going to have a face-off, Don.
No,
No, you're
they're calling
right.
for a towel,
Yeah,
but it's,
you're right.
it seems an unusual play at that particular position in the floor.
So referee Evans does a little bit of housekeeping down there. So Paulo Chardulo starts out with that ball. Storr is open. Rob Storr takes the ball, face-off circle, cuts out to the middle. 14-14, 2:48 to go here in the third period. Chardulo out to Williams. Williams at the face-off circle, back to Chardulo, stopped by goaltender Bishop. Darcy Bishop flips that ball off to Rich Johnson. Johnson across to Walder. Walder shovels it across to Richards. Richards over here to Paquin. Leo Paquin trying to beat Broughton. Cuts to the outside, still Paquin. Flips it out here to Marty, Oliver Marty. Ball comes back to Bertram. Here's a shot by Walder, stopped by Andre. Adanacs get the ball now with 2:14 to go. Brunch with that ball. Brunch out to Malowski. Malowski comes down the left side. Malowski with that ball. Passes off to Bethel. Bethel across to Malowski, gets a ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a pass into Bethel. Bethel's shot way wide. Ball bounces and goes into the crowd, and the Outlaws will take over, Don. 1:47 to go. Don, if we go into overtime, which we haven't had this season, we'll have a 10-minute overtime. It will not be sudden death. It will be 10 minutes. And if the score is still tied, we will have a tie lacrosse game after 10 minutes. Now the Outlaws, Richards with that ball, watched by Malowski. Dean Richards. Malowski stays after him. There's he passes off to Paquin, trying to beat Gill. Paquin shoots. Nice stop by Andre. Another shot went wide. Ball bounces in behind. Goes to the corner, over to the boards. Outlaws. Malowski, great hustle. Comes up with the ball. Hit by Marty. Ball bouncing loose. In there is Paquin. The ball bounces. Craig Wingrove couldn't go. Here's John Kilbride. Off in front to Richards. He missed the net. Chris Gill picks off the ball. 1:03 to go in the lacrosse game. 14-14. We're facing overtime. Bethel in the corner. Out to Malowski. Malowski. Paquin goes after him to Gill. Now the Adanacs make a change with less than a minute to go. Picking that ball up is Paulo Chardulo. 46 seconds to go. 45. Brunch with that ball, getting hammered over. Gets away from Rich Kilbride. Still Brunch. He's got a man open. Comes out in the middle. Shoots. Scores! Kevin Brunch! And what a big goal with 37 seconds to go. And it's 15-14 Adanacs. And Don, with 37 seconds to go, we can be sure one thing, we're going to have a
great
timeout coming up, I believe, from Richmond. And have you picked your 3 stars? It's got to be very tough.
I have.
15-14 lacrosse.
Right now in this lacrosse game, from the way I've seen this game played, the 2 best stars on both teams. One for Richmond was Jason Walder, and the best star, as far as I'm concerned, for the Adanacs is Lance Andre. Although Richmond was able to catch up, Lance Andre's had more stops than Richmond, and he's had some fantastic stops when they needed it. And right now, the only reason why the Adanacs are still there and they're in the front is because Lance Andre's made the last 4 or 5 brilliant stops. And on my third star, I picked the captain of the Coquitlam Adanacs, Kevin Brunch.
Don, he's had a great game. He really has.
So my first star of the game is Lance Andre, second star Jason Walder, and the third star Kevin Brunch.
And Kevin Brunch has just scored the go-ahead goal with 37 seconds to go in this lacrosse game to make the score 15-14. Just outstanding
and
junior
Gordon,
A lacrosse.
Picking a goalie with 14 goals as first star is not unusual in lacrosse because it's not the ones that go in that count, it's the ones that don't go in.
That's right, Don. On that face-off. Well, I think the Adanacs got a bit of a break in there because Williams was in that face-off circle before the ball came out of the little circle, but this time it comes out. Marty going after it. They got it. The Outlaws trying to tie this game. 30 seconds.
Pull the goalie.
There goes the goaltender. Walder across the Paquin. 6 attackers now for the Outlaws. Paquin over here to Richards. Richards shoots across a shot.
Andre
ball
stopped
bounces loose in the corner. Marty, the ball goes to the corner, and we get a whistle. And it'll be interesting. 15 seconds to go, and he's calling a face-off, Don. And I believe that would be the correct call.
Yeah, it was a loose ball.
It was loose ball.
Now Lance Andre made that stop there, Gordon, right on the edge of that crease.
So, Don, the Outlaws have got time for one real good shot, but they've got to get the ball on the face-off.
Right now, the Adanacs got to tie up all their players.
Yeah. Goaltender is out on the bench. The score is 15-14. Adanacs lead the Richmond Outlaws. Malowski facing that off in there for the Adanacs. On the face-off against Walder. The ball goes up in the air. Kilbride picks it up for the Outlaws. We've got 10 seconds. Moves the ball in here to Marty. Marty is intercepted by Malowski.
He's got it. The game is over. Well done.
Floor. He doesn't shoot.
He scored. Yeah, 1 second to play.
1 second to go. Oh, what a lacrosse game we've had here. 16-14 Adanacs. Malowski's 4th goal of the game, Don. And it doesn't get any better than this. This is an outstanding lacrosse game.
Fantastic lacrosse game.
You know, Don, we had a great game here Saturday night with the WLA senior Adanacs when Jim Veltman put on a spectacular performance, getting 9 points.
Right now,
and we've had an equally as great game here tonight.
Lacrosse like this, we should have
and that's the final buzzer, and the Adanacs come up with a very dramatic 16-14 victory over the Richmond Outlaws, scoring 2 goals in the final 37 seconds. And Don, I'm sure your game star, Lance Andre, will be a very interesting guest. So stand by. I'll be right back with an interview with the Adanac game star, goaltender Lance Andre.
Do I look okay to drive? I don't feel impaired, and I don't think I look impaired. But the fact is, if I got behind the wheel of a car, I'd be breaking the law and endangering my life and the lives of others. I've been drinking. Not a lot, but enough so that my reflexes and my judgment could be altered. That's why I chose another way to get home before I had a drink. Use your judgment while you still have it.
Counterattack drinking driving.
Well, lacrosse fans, I have with me my first star of this game, Lance Andre. And Lance, there's not very often you'll get first star when you let in 14 goals, but it's not what you let in, it's those stops you made. That last stop again with 7 or 8 seconds to go. Great game. How do you feel?
Well, I feel well. I think even though we let in 14 goals, we had a real bad first period. Then we came and put it together in the second 2, so.
You've played goal consistently all year long, and you're playing really well. This is the best I've seen you. You played well last year, but your team right now in front of you is really giving you what you need. You got goals when you want them.
Oh yeah, we got our defense. Our defense is the best in the league. Our defense is just unreal. Our short man's great, and especially our power play.
Power play's unbelievable.
It is.
And Lance, as our game's first star, the hat from Willis Sports, and congratulations and good luck for the rest of the year, and well done.
Thanks.
And there we are for Rogers-Fraser 4 from Coquitlam Sports Center. Good night.